Alright, thanks for joining me. Today I'm talking about Team Fortress 2. It is my most favorite game in the entire world. TF2 is, in my opinion at least, the best class-based shoot 'em up game ever. Let's get into it. So the origins of the game is TF2 was originally a Quake mod. That's a modification. Basically, they released the source code for Quake and allowed people to kind of make mini games from it. That was developed between 1996 and 1998. Much to the dismay of the TF fans, Valve hired the entire team in 1998, and then it took 9 years until we got anything else. But as you can see, the visual style was greatly improved, and TF2 came part as the Orange Box, which was a trifecta of games, including Half-Life 2, Episode 2, Portal, and Team Fortress 2. It is hilarious that Valve felt at the time to have to give 3 different games in one box because in hindsight all of these games truly stood the test of time and in their art quality and just delivery. So 15 years of TF2 and it's still kicking how? Well, there's been over 50 major updates, 733 updates in total, an all-time peak player count of 150,000. You can find anywhere between 73,000 and 83,000 people playing. The all-time peak was just recently in the last couple of years, so that's pretty awesome. With all of the game, they've created 160 weapons and 1,672 cosmetic items. So in TF2, the most important things are the primary weapon, the secondary weapon, the melee weapon, and of course, the hats. With the game, there's also 11 core game modes and some others. The most popular are probably Payload. King of the Hill is a game where you fight for a central control point, and within, as you control it, a countdown of 3 minutes starts, and so you just kind of defend that area. Payload is the most fun in my opinion, where one team kind of defends as you push this bomb type cart towards an objective, and as you huddle around it, that's what makes it move. The more people that get on it, the faster it moves, and it also kind of focuses the defense on that. Another notable gameplay mode is man versus machine, which is a player versus environment versus a player versus player mode. And in that case, the man versus machine delivers, it's kind of like a tower defense game where all of your teammates set up and fight against the other side. So, as you can see here, what is in the game? Well, there's 9 player classes with all different play styles, and you must play as a team, relying on the unique abilities to counter the effects of the other team. The competitive community has put together some of these diagrams where you can see the hard counter and soft counters of how the teammates play against each other, or the classes play against each other. On the right, there's this great Venn diagram kind of explaining the different pick, power, and support classes. Notably on here, the spy is very interesting because they can disguise themselves as one of your teammates and also turn invisible and try to get behind you. Their most powerful attack is when they sneak attack you from behind and stab you in the back. And a spy will always try to do that, and occasionally they just fail. And we call that the fail stab. And it's wonderful for you, but terrible for the spy. The soldier is kind of between the pick and the power. They're a real interesting class because although they move slow, they can use their rocket to blast at their feet and fly through the air and really cause some mayhem. The Pyro is also an interesting class because not only do they catch people on fire, but they can also right-click and put your teammates out of extinguish them, allowing your teams to stay alive. The support class of Engineer is very cool because it's the only one that can put out buildings within the world. He can put out 3 different buildings, which is a teleporter, a dispenser, or a sentry gun. And then you can also upgrade them to make them more powerful. So the sentry gun goes from a single barrel to a double barrel with a rocket launcher. And then the dispenser you can upgrade and it gives out more health. and more ammo. And the teleporter helps you move your teammates closer to the front lines, and basically you can upgrade it and make it teleport faster. So we're going to just go over some basic gameplay here. You cannot damage or shoot through your teammates, so they kind of block stuff. You can walk through your teammates, but not opponents. This is very important because, like, sometimes if a spy, for example, is disguised as one of your teammates, you won't be able to move through them. And all of a sudden you're like, holy crap, this guy is a spy. I need to take him out. I kind of say that you can feel the opponents when you bump into them because you're trying to move, but you don't. The medic's a very important class. Obviously, they mainly heal, and the overheal gives any teammate 150% health. The extra 50% decays over 10 seconds, and so you can kind of use those 10 seconds to distribute the heals, as we say, across many teammates. It's very important to distribute the heals and keep them buffed. We called it a buff. They're big and strong, tons of health. Items like health packs and ammo respawns every 10 seconds. Who knows if that's really that important, but it's notable. And then I like to always add that your team should move like a breath, in and out together. If you're not breathing correctly, you're not going to play well with your teammates. And then last but not least, we have to mention critical hits, or crits as we call them. Crits were added to break stalemates, where basically all the teams are really countering each other well, and nothing's really happening. So it adds a bit of randomness, or quote-unquote skill, which some may argue against, as a reward. You can see from the graph that a melee object ramps up the crits a lot faster, and oh boy is it fun when those crits start flowing. The crit will give a 300% chance of or 300% normal base damage. There's also mini crits, which are like 30-35% over the base value. So with that in mind, let's look at a video of successful team play. So we're just going to watch this go through a little bit. Right now we're the medic, so we're pushing through, trying to move through. We can see, but we screwed up, but that's okay. Alright, so we're moving through. We can see that the medic is moving up, healing this guy. We have a situation. The sentry gun is denying the area. We're just going to try to fight for this area. I'm going to fast forward through a little bit. But basically the point is we're trying to take that and push this cart up the cap. You can see that there's spam coming in. Spam is like unwelcome ordnance. Spam is necessary to win, but it is what it is. So we're working hard here. There's a spy coming in. Not sure if he's really good or bad. You can see the soldier really working that out. Right here I pause. You can see that sniper is about to try to take a pick at me. I should move out of the way. In fact, you hear the gunshot go off, and luckily he didn't get me. That Pyro is reflecting the ordnance, which causes a mini crit to come back at you. So we're really trying to manage all this situation at the same time. I'm going to heal these guys up, and we're going to just keep moving. It's a miracle that I never died. But finally, we're making an assault. We clear out the sentry that's denying us from moving forward, and finally I got my crits going, and I give it to this Pyro, allowing him to really take down and push us forward. This guy should take me out, but it doesn't happen because we got an extra buddy, gives me some crits. The soldier puts a smackdown on that demo, and we're feeling good. We've taken this down, so we're going to push this card up, and in a second you can see me using my bolt. And the bolt's very important because it's kind of a risk reward. It gives health out to your teammates from afar, so it allows you to heal them from afar while you kind of move things along. So we're going to capture this point, and we're moving along, and we're going to try to take this final point. You can see the Pyro coming out, really trying to get us. I'm just healing everybody up. I got my heavy going. He's putting out mad crits right now, so he's really going to take people out. This soldier totally failed in killing me, and that's too bad for him. You know, sometimes you gotta get lucky and just hope that these guys don't get you. I'm going bolt the heavy, give him some extra heals. We're really working on last point. There's a sentry to the left that's denying us again that area, so that's our primary focus, is to take out that sentry and try to push in. We may end up kind of crowd. You can see there's a sniper that could get a pick on me. I shouldn't run in, but he missed, so screw him. He's done. You know, the heavy just took a crit, but he was too buffed to and he was able to survive. But you'll see an example of a pick here. where the sniper just gets him. There's nothing I can do about it. So I get out of there, and now we're going to kind of reset and keep trying. So now I got the crits again. The crits don't affect buildings. The soldier's going after the building, so it doesn't do much. He drops to the ground. But we do okay, and we're still alive. We're going to breathe in, breathe out. That spy is sus as hell, but it turns out he's good. I'm going back to my heavy, because he is a big damage sink, and really able to put it out as well. I think at this point we'll probably slip in and maybe crouch behind the cart. He's getting lit up, but luckily the other meg's going to come in with the Uber. I'm running the crits, gives out the crits. The other meg's running the Uber, which gives them vulnerability. It's a great combo. We're pushing this cart over the last bit. I keep that medic alive. We are pushing hard, and in the end, we kick their ass, and we are going to celebrate with a little taunt at the end and some fun with that medic who helped me out so much. He did a great job. So there we go. Looking good. Alright, so as I mentioned, sometimes spies come in and they try to stab you in the back. This is an example where I kind of felt him and he just fails. So let's see what happens here. Basically, we're denying the area. We're on defense this time. I'm trying to help these guys stay alive. I'm running a regular Uber this time. And as I'm moving back, the spy's going to try to get me. Oh, but he misses. And that sentry just takes him out. That is classic backstab fail, spy fail. Too bad for him. Great for me. It was very lucky. Spies are fun for all the wrong reasons sometimes. Spies have to get behind the enemy lines, and that means turning invisible. You'll see here that this poor spy, I don't know where he was, but he's done for, you know. So sometimes those darn spies, just wrong place, wrong time. Another part that's really fun with Team Fortress 2 is just being silly. So here I'm dancing instead of actually engaging in the game properly, but I encourage everybody to start dancing, and then my teammate encourages me to stop dancing and kill everybody. And oh boy, that is fun. So being silly is kind of part of the game. There's also meta classes. So on the left you can see spy crabs. They kind of look like crabs walking around, and everybody knows that spy crabs are an endangered species, and so you're not allowed to kill them at all. The Pootis in the middle is he gets his name from a funny bind of sayings where he says Poot dispenser here, and people kind of shorten it up and it goes Pootis, Pootis. Anyway, a Pootis is an enemy heavy weapons guy who's going to give you sandwiches to heal you up. So he's a bad guy, but he's going to heal you despite the fact that his entire team is trying to kill you at the same time. In fact, he may save your life while you kill everybody else. So you should not kill a Pootis ever. And then finally, the Demo Knight on the right is kind of the antithesis of an actual demo where instead of using his grenade launcher and his sticky, he just has a blade and his shield. And the shield is very important because it allows him to charge a long distance, which gives him a mini crit when he slices his blade, and it's pretty fun gameplay. So, you know, at the end of the day, it's all about the fun, and we're going to finish up with this ridiculous streak of crits and melee and just some good ramp up. So here we go. I'm charging in with my golden pen, which is fabulous because it turns people to gold, so everybody wants to go after me. I take out that guy. I'm going to come in here, go for this guy. I see that guy's taunting, so I'm going to move around him but not get in the way of the taunt. And then right here, there's going to be this heavy that comes in. He's got his gloves on, which makes you laugh if he gets a crit on you like he did on the guy on the right. So these two are going to try to kill that guy, so I'm going to focus on them and let him be cannon fodder. I'm pretty unhealthy, so I'm going to try to get out of here. This dumb guy gets out of the way, but my crits are so ramped up, I'm just taking people out left and right. Let's see what happens. That guy's gone. This poor guy's gone. I'm trying to capture the flag. This guy put him up in the air, and he still gets dropped. Oh my god, we're up to 13. We're just going to finish off the point here. A few chops. Get them done. Boom. Crits are so ramped. This golden pan is out of control. We're going to get 16, 17, 18, and 19 for the win. Let's do it. There you go. As I say, fucking A. That was ridiculous. So, in a nutshell, I hope you learned a little bit about Team Fortress 2 and why I love the game so much. If you have any questions, I guess list them in the comments below. Thanks a lot.